it seems like I'm looking off camera, it's because I absolutely am. There was no way that I was going to be able to remember all this in one sitting in such a short amount of time. But here we go. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers, everyone who watches, comments, likes, shares. I appreciate it all. And I'm coming up on 100 subscribers, and I'm going to be giving away a $100 Visa gift card via drawing once I reach 100 subs. All you have to do to enter to win is subscribe and like and comment on as many videos as you want. And the person will be selected at random. Since the drawing is truly at random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better your chances are to win. Once we reach 100 subs, I'll announce the winner in the next scheduled video at that time and pretty much repeat the process every 100 subscriptions. So thank you again for watching, supporting this channel. Now for more Black quality programming already in progress. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Hit the Rewind, where I deconstruct lyrics from my songs, talk about songs that I like, and give appreciation to wise wordsmiths. I'm your host, the diabolical daredevil of the double entendre, aka John Wikipedia, aka the mild-mannered modern-day marvel of metaphor, AJ Bayman, and today I'll be breaking down lyrics from my song, Hidden Treasures. So, Hidden Treasures was a song, like an exercise song for me with my brain. Just sort of coming back to what I hadn't done in a long time. Prior to writing Hidden Treasures, I had stopped really writing. Maybe not stopped, but slowed down a great deal from what I had previously been doing. And so Hidden Treasures was like, I listened to my father preach this message, and he preached a sermon called Hidden Treasures. And then he said in that message that, a lot of us are hiding our treasures from God. And I think that really, it hit me. It convicted me. It made me want to begin to write again, more so than I have been doing, because I had slowed down considerably. Not quite a standstill, but very, very close to it. So, and that's how I started off, because it had been so long since I'd done anything. And so I started off by saying, I know you probably thought that this would never happen. After all, think about it. I was never rapping. Just stories about how the life I lived and the life I claimed was just like the 80s. They were never matching. So I was just talking about, I'm saying, I know you probably thought that this would never happen because it had been so long since I did anything. I mean, people probably forgot, the few people that did know, probably forgot that I did anything musical. It's like, you probably thought that this would never happen. After all, think about it. I was never rapping. Like, I'm rapping, I'm saying stuff that rhymes. I'm really just writing about my life. And I'm saying the things that I'm going through, because that's just the way that I write songs. I never really write things to just do it or because I can. And so, I'm saying, like, after all, think about it. I was never rapping. Like, these are just stories about how the life I lived and the life I claimed were just like the 80s. They were never matching. Like those ridiculous 80s clothes, that style for a minute where things didn't match well, and the more they didn't match, like the doper it was supposed to be. And then so I go on to say, never claimed to be the perfect guy. I never expected for you to turn a blind eye. And so I'm not perfect. I never said that I was perfect. I'm writing about things that that I've been through, mistakes that I've made, things that I've been able to correct, things that I may not have been able to correct. I'm really just, I'm talking about my life. And then I begin to go into what it is that I had been through prior. And so, like, I'm not expecting anybody to turn a blind eye to what I did. So I'm saying, after all, it was me who dropped the ball, because I needed Sandra Bullock to find someone for my blind side. I don't know if you remember the movie Blindside with Sandra Bullock, that was about Michael Orr from the Baltimore Ravens and his journey to the NFL. So I was just using that, saying, you know, I need a Sandra Bullock, i.e. Jesus, to, you know, to keep me from, you know, from fumbling the ball. I get it. It's my fault. I'm not putting on nobody else. I dropped the ball, and I need a Sandra Bullock to find someone for my blind side. No, them aren't excuses. I'm a grown man, needing Jesus to cover all like my phone plan. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Because without him, the devil will knock me out. Yo, his hits got me seeing more stars than a pro-am. And so I'm saying like his hits, you know, this is a battle, you know, against constantly against, you know, against Satan, the wiles of the enemy, you know, or what have you. And so I'm saying like his hits is like, you know, I'm trying to play defense, but at this point I'm like a tired boxer, and I you know, I can't keep my gloves up to protect myself, and I need help. And so, you know, I'm saying, because I'm seeing more stars in a pro-am. Like, you know, pro-am is like when, you know, it's like a celebrity sporting event. So I'm saying I'm seeing more stars, that one time for there, than a pro-am. So then I'm going, I'm just trying to be what I'm supposed to be, so I don't end up supposedly, you know, I don't want to be something other than what I say. I don't want to continue to be that, you know, to be that mismatched, have that mismatched lifestyle going on. Like, you know, I'm saying I'm doing one thing, but I'm living another. And so, you know, I'm saying that I want to be what I'm supposed to be, and I don't want to end up supposedly, like, you know, people are going to always find a way to point the finger at anything that you're doing, but there's no need to be able to give them fuel to, you know, like to add to the things that they're going to say. People are going to, you know, like, if you could be squeaky clean and they're going to make stuff up. I mean, Jesus was an example of that. Like, he never did anything wrong, and they still found a reason to, you know, to put him on the cross. So it's not going to, you know, it's not like it's not going to happen to me, but I don't need to help people to do that. Like, it's not for me to just, you know, to perpetuate the notion of a hypocrite. And so then I go on to say, my vision ain't clouded. I just wanted to be about it. So I gave God a yes, like I'm in my feelings to flowetry. So instead of going the other way or continuing to live like that, you know, living that double lifestyle, I gave God a yes, like I'm in my feelings to flowetry. Like, you know, like when the song Say Yes came out, it was, you know, it was a thing. That was a long time ago. Sometimes just thinking about that makes me realize how old I really am. But Say Yes was a super dope song when I was in my early 20s. If you got a chance, check out Flowetry, because they were dope when they were together. That was just a moment of silence because I'm sad it didn't work out. So then I'm like, I switched my whole demeanor up. Now when I'm on the mic, the devil's scared I'm gonna beat him up. So I'm switching it up, like I'm really doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And so now, like where I was aiding the devil, like now, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to fight him. Because I got an anointing that is never disappointing. See, it's always running over, if you notice when you see my cup. And so saying like I'm constantly going back to, you know, into prayer. I'm constantly going back into reading my word and just consecrating myself to be in a position where God can continue to pour into me. I'm constantly going to be refilled. It's like it's not enough. Just constantly trying to get more of Him. And I further explain that I keep going back for more. These are living waters, and that's about so much more than what you give at altars. And so, but saying like these, you know, it's the, like, these are living waters. I keep going back for more, like I was saying, like, just to get that overflow. These are living waters. That's about so much more than what you give at altars. It's more than your offering. It's more than your money. Like, now I've truly at this point realized that that offerings are important. Like, everything has their place, but the first thing that it would be that it is paramount for me to offer to God is my life, to be able to worship him, not just with my words or with my songs, the things that I sing, but with my lifestyle, the way that I carry myself, the way that I live. And so that's the path that I'm going on. Like, now I'm doing this with even more of a purpose, because when you're younger and you have abilities to be able to do things, like, you do them because you're good at them and you probably love it, you enjoy it, but the music itself as a ministry means more to me because I'm doing it to the glory and honor of the Lord. So I'm like, and I'm truly on a mission, not just to be dope, but to be able to touch lives and to really, save souls, do something meaningful. One time my dad said something to me one time, like, I was feeling myself a little bit, and he got kind of annoyed, but rightfully so. And this was, this might have been like 20 years ago or so, but and then he was like, he's like, well, like, who is it? Whose life have you touched? Like, who have you inspired to come to Christ? Like, what is it that you think that you're doing that, you know what I mean? Like, that's inspiring somebody to holiness or salvation. And I really felt some type of way when he said that. But the more I thought about it, I really had to continue to point the finger back at me and be like, yo, like, who am I helping? Like, why am I doing this? And of course, it sucks that it took, it took a while for me to be able to bring that, to put it all together and to make it come about, before it all came full circle. But, like I said, it's just one of those things, like, like, this is why I'm doing this now. And then I go on to say, we are all children of the same Father, cut from the same cloth, but the difference is now I am altered. And so I'm saying, like, God made us from the same stuff, from the same, from his same word. We all came from that. But now I'm saying, like, the difference and what makes the difference in us. And I'm saying, for me as a Christian, but the Bible says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so I'm saying, like, now the difference in me now is that I'm altered. Every step I take is ordered, no skipping steps, because no one respects a starter who is skipping reps. So that's saying, like, like, I'm not trying to skip any steps. Right where I am is where I'm supposed to be. I want to do everything as I'm supposed to do it. I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to go too slow. One of my constant prayers, one of my consistent prayers is that God allow me to, is that he order my steps and allow me to step into each one of them in the sequence in which he set for me to step into them in. And so I'm not trying to move in my own time. I'm trying to do things his way. And I think, so I'm here, like, I'm here trying to get better. I'm here for the long haul. I'm here to do whatever, whatever the team needs me to do. The team being, the body of Christ. No one respects a starter who was skipping reps. When you're on the team, when you're like especially like the star player, sometimes guys think that they can take plays off, they can take days off, they can take practices off because they're better than everybody else, but nobody respects that. And it ultimately works against the whole team, against the whole idea of a team when you're only just doing enough to be able to play in the game. Sure, you might be better than than everybody else. But it boosts morale for everybody to see you doing the things that they're doing. It boosts morale. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sets the right example for the rest of the team. And not saying that I'm the star player or that I'm better than everybody else, but I'm not going to be taking plays off. I'm not going to be taking off days. I'm not going to be not praying. I'm not going to be in my word trying to gain some type of understanding. Not trying to get better every day. Like I'm not going to be not doing like those things. I'm going to be doing everything that I can to get better. I'm going to be trying to do everything that I can so that when people see me, that they will also be inspired because of wherever I'm at, wherever they see me, whatever level it is that that I may be at. I want to constantly be doing those things, sort of like the way that Tom Brady has won 7 Super Bowls, but he continues to work hard like he's a rookie. Like he continues to do the same things that he did to become great, to be able to sustain that greatness. And like he doesn't have to play, he doesn't have anything left to prove, but he continues, he has that drive. And I'm saying I want to be able to continue to have, that hunger and that thirst for God that I really need to live this life that I'm trying to live. And I say, and when I finally get a chance to get on, a lot of y'all will start folding up pajamas like you never slept. So, I was feeling good when I wrote this song. I was like, I'm finally writing again. But, it is not uncommon to feel slept on. I know a lot of people feel slept on. Some people, rightfully so. Some people suck and they just don't realize it. I don't believe I suck. If you do, you're wrong. But everybody has their own opinion, and that's cool. I'm saying so when I finally get a chance to get on, a lot of y'all start folding up pajamas like you never slept. And so that's cool. But while your NyQuil wears off, I'm running circles around devils. We supposed to square off. And while some may accuse me of being deep, I'm the same G. All I did was pull another layer off. And so, it's like, so while you continue to sleep, I'm gonna continue to work, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm not, like I'm going head to head, with whatever the devil decides to try to throw at me. And it is, it is what it is. I'm gonna win, because the Bible said, that I'm going to win. So, I just gotta be ready for the fight. And that's, and that's what I'm doing. So while, so you can sleep and do whatever, I'm gonna continue to do what it is that I need to do. While that NyQuil is wearing off. And while some may accuse me of being deep or trying to be deep, I'm just the same person. All I did was pull another layer off. So I'm just, I just cut back on some of the foolishness. People say that you change sometimes. That's not always a bad thing. It's not. And so I'm just saying how I view myself, or my place in this rap thing. So I said, beautiful music from my section raps mandolin. The mandolins produce beautiful music. Plus a Christian born twice. Now I'm a man again. And so I'm saying, plus I'm a Christian, born twice, born again. But now I'm a man again. And so I'm saying, plus a Christian, born twice. So I've grown up 2 times, physically and spiritually. And and with that came different types of maturity. And so I'm just pointing out that I've grown up in more ways than one. Like, no quicksand stepping while I follow the sun, because there's this song called I don't know what the name of the song is, but I'm just remembering the words. All other ground is sinking sand. On Christ, a solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. And so I'm saying, like, no quicksand stepping while I follow the sun. And by the sun, I'm talking about Jesus. Making sure I get the most out of this beach, because the sun is at the beach. It's a double one. You just go, if you listen to the song, it sounds way more when I'm saying it, like that. But making sure I get the most out of this beach, Pam Anderson. And so that was a little Baywatch type of reference, you know what I mean? And so and so I'm going, and then I said, ill-advised double entendre, get the most out of this beach. Pam Anderson. Oh man. I don't know if anybody laughs at my jokes when but it's my sense of humor is like either terrible or it's awesome. But anyway, making sure I get the most out of this beach, Pam Anderson, ill-advised double entendre, but it wasn't a metaphor for Jennifer's and Cassandra's. And so so I wasn't, I was saying beach, but I wasn't saying like, I wasn't, I made reference to it, but I wasn't saying that. So, it wasn't a metaphor for Jennifer's and Cassandra's. It wasn't a metaphor for a woman. Just to be on, but just to be on one accord, like Puerto Ricans and Hondas. Shout out to all my Latinos. You know what I mean? Like, oh man. There's this, it just made me think of this skit on Family Guy. I'm not even getting ready to reference it right now, but yeah, I don't even think, I think that we think that it's just one group of people. I really don't believe that. I've piled into cars, my younger day. I'm not doing it now, but especially when I was young, it was like, however many people could fit in a car is so dangerous and like just unsafe. You lapping up, nobody's in seatbelts. Like you easily could just crash and die at any time. But it's funny that because we think you think about it, and we just put that on the Latino community that you guys are gonna pile in a car like we don't do that. As a matter of fact, like we used to have, my mom used to have a Chevy. I can't even remember. It was like one of those little ones though. It was like a little baby 4-door Chevy. It was a box. It was a box on wheels, and we legit fit like 7 people into that car, and we rode around all the time. And it was definitely not safe. It was a different time, but it happened. And so, but I'm saying, anyway, I know got off the path. But I'm saying, just to be on one accord, on one accord, let's get on one accord. But I'm saying that like, get into one accord, like a Honda Accord. Just saying like, just to get on one accord like Puerto Ricans and Hondas. The flow is sick, and I repeat Jesus like he's my mantra. And then I say, I guess he really is though. He is. I say Jesus over and over. When I don't know what to say, when I do know what to say, I say Jesus. I guess he really is though. Family matters to God, so I'm trying to be Eddie Winslow. So it's a reference to Family Matters, one of the dopest black shows of the 80s and 90s. So Family matters to God, so I'm trying to be Eddie Winslow. And that is my Stefan, who, Stefan was like who Urkel really was in real life. That's Jaleel White. He was playing himself, when he wasn't playing Urkel on the show. He had that split personality. Family matters to God, so I'm trying to be Eddie Winslow, and that is my Stefan, because this is not a pretend show. And I ain't reached great. I'm killing y'all with potential. So I'm just saying, it's like I don't even feel like I've done my best work yet. I don't even think that God has brought me to where, for where He's purposed me to be yet. I'm still learning, still growing, and so in that I feel good in that. Like this is, I feel like I'm going somewhere, but this is just the potential. It's like wait till you see what He really getting ready to do. So I called him. I said the Belichick of salvation. I follow his plan, like Coach Belichick, Bill Belichick, for New England Patriots. That's right. I follow his plan. Because my heart's foundation is stronger than the hitman's. My heart's foundation, like the heart foundation, the Hart Foundation of Wrestling. Bret the Hitman Hart, Jim the Anvil Knight Hart, Owen Hart. Like, if you're a wrestling fan, you know who that is. If you don't, YouTube. But saying, so my Hart's Foundation, they were the Hart Foundation because their last names were Hart. I'm saying, like, my Hart's Foundation is stronger than the Hitman's, Bret the Hitman Hart. And then I further that by saying, like, me and Jesus something like a team. All we do is talk about WE like the McMahons. So WWE used to be WWF, but WWE, like, like they have like their logo is like the W, like with the E on it. I think it's just a W now, but at the time it was like the W with like the E coming out of it. So like the logo, it was like, so I'm saying, all we do, me and Jesus something like a team, all we do is talk about WE. He and I, we talk about us. And because my relationship with him is personal, as it should be with everyone. So all we do is talk about WE like the McMahons. Vince McMahon, the owner of the WWE. He's that guy. He makes all the decisions. And so I'm saying, like, Jesus is, he's like the Vince McMahon. Plus, he determines who wins too. So I don't got to go through life looking like what I've been through. So it's like he determines who wins. He's like Vince McMahon in that he determines who wins too. So I don't have to go through life looking like what I've been through. Like, I already know the outcome. I just got to make sure that I'm in the place to do the things that I need to do for that outcome to come to pass. So I said, instead I go around looking for instrumentals to vent to, like this one, unsigned, but you're gonna see me on labels like I'm essential. And so I'm venting to, just venting to the instrumental, just looking for instrumentals to spit over to, be able to say what it is that, whatever words come to me at the time, whatever I'm inspired by, so I'm just looking for the, for a dope instrumental to, to do whatever I need to do. And so I'm, unsigned. I'm not a signed artist. But said you're gonna see me on labels like I'm essential, like, and so again, just a little, it's like double entendre, just a little one. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you read the labels when you eating your cereal. You didn't have nothing to read back in the day, like before everybody had a phone or tablet. You had, like, you just looking for something to read. Started reading like the nutritional facts on the cereal or the milk. So that was, that's, you're gonna see me on labels like I'm essential, like a vitamin. And then I'm like, that's my future. Ain't wake up in a Bugatti though. And I mean, obviously, on Future that I woke up in a Bugatti song that was years ago, but Future is still relevant. So I said that's my future. Ain't wake up in a Bugatti though. But my style is crap. Got a Whitney and a Bobby flow. I'm not even gonna take it there. I'm not even gonna say what you want me to say. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, but you know. These other rappers sick, then I belong in someone's hospital, because God ain't made me to be nothing less than phenomenal. And so, saying like, and so at this point, I'm really, I'm feeling the song. I'm, saying like I'm feeling myself, and I'm just saying, just confident in, in what God is doing. Because mind you, like I said, it had been a while since I even written anything, and so when I really got into it, I was like, yeah, like, what I'm saying, like I'm doing this for real now. Like, if they're sick, I gotta be just about dead. Like, I promise that's not a dig. I really, but I mean, as a, whatever it is that you're doing, I feel like you should feel like you're the best. Now, I don't, what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I'm better, as a person. Like, I'm saying? Like, I'm not better than so-and-so or this one and that one. But, like, at what I do, I would be, I know a couple guys that I think are better. But I don't really know anybody who's better. Not sure how to quite explain that. You just gotta know. It's like one of those, if you know, you know. Anyway, and I say after that, that I probably wasn't supposed to say that. Like, who do we think he is? Where's the Tedaschi? Where Lecrae at? And so, you know what I mean? Like, that's not even digs at them. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just who people know. In terms of Christian rap, like, like that's just who people know. So I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking the way that I'm talking. You don't know who I am. It's like, you might not. Like, who is this dude talking like this? And he ain't even nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's what I'm saying. And then I go on to say, but it don't matter where I am, because this is not where I'm gonna stay at. It's only because of God that nothing I ever made's whack. Now that is subjective, but I don't think I got no trash songs. Debatable. I mean, you might think so, but you're not correct. I'm blessed. I say, and because I really do this, as long as I got God, I can't lose. I'm Parker Lewis. There was a show, and I'm sure that anybody that's not my age does not remember the show. So, like, y'all gotta really, you probably gonna have to Google some of this stuff. But there was a show called Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and a short-lived show, but it was funny. It was sort of reminiscent of a modern day at the time, Ferris Bueller's Day Off kind of thing. Parker Lewis was really dope. If you can find it anywhere on the internet, check it out. It's definitely worth it. But I'm saying, like, just the name of the show was called Parker Lewis Can't Lose, because I really do this. As long as I got God, I can't lose. I'm Parker Lewis. Not even a cold flow. That last line was just the coolest to me, because I remember the show. But y'all down on Faison on my songs, y'all all clueless. Remember down on Faison from Clueless. So I'm just, just kind of piecing this thing together with, with show references and such. And so I'm saying that like the Abstract, but not Q-Tip, the other brother, because Tip is known as the Abstract. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like the Abstract, like like Diet Abstract, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, or maybe like not like Diet Abstract, just like like the, not like the Walmart version, but like just not the maybe like the restaurant version of the Abstract. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like the top tier, but then like the other one, like right below that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like the restaurant, like the kind that you get from the restaurant. So you know what I'm saying? Like he's like the more expensive kind. But I'm just trying to be abstract in my own right. So the Abstract, not Q-Tip, the other brother. Good Lord, a son of God, but not Jesus. I got another mother. So Jesus is the Son of God. God is also my Father. So I'm just making a distinction that I am not Jesus, but I am a son of our Father. So I'm hopping off the shelf, jumping out the cupboard, so y'all can uncover what is undiscovered. So I'm hopping off the shelf, like I'm saying, like I'm back in the game. I'm back in the game. I'm back in the game. I'm jumping off the shelf, hopping out the cupboard, so y'all can uncover what is undiscovered. This guy. Hidden treasures. And then shout out to my dad too, Pastor Mark Beeman, Senior, because there's two of them. My brother started pastoring the church, so there's two Pastor Mark Beemans. But shout out to my dad on that. Like that was one of his sermons, and I've heard so many of them over the years, but this is definitely one of the ones that stands out. Now, I couldn't pick a favorite because he's been so influential in the things that he says, even on a week-to-week basis. But this is really something that Hidden Treasures is something that I probably wouldn't have thought about if he had sort of like just lit that spark. So shout out to him. Shout out to my mom. Renee's vision, Mark's wisdom. My mom is Renee. My dad is Mark. You get it? So like Renee's vision, Mark's wisdom. Get the project if you get a chance. Softspokenprophet.bandcamp.com. It's on there, and I think that it'll bless your life. So again, my opinion. You might not think so, but I'm just saying, you're wrong. All right, so that's it. hidden treasures. That's all. I'm done. Peace. Y'all gonna put some respect on my Star Wars t-shirt collection, cause listen, I don't even know if you can see, look, I don't even know if you can see all that, but bounty hunter, yeah. But you know, just sitting here doing stuff under these lights. It's after midnight, and I still got more stuff to do, more stuff to shoot, and I get to pack up all of this equipment and by myself to go to the next spot. Whew, well, but I think I got a day off. I can sleep tomorrow. I'm gonna eat, sleep some more, I'm gonna write some stuff, maybe do some editing. Not that anybody cares about that, but you know. Thank you for watching. I'll just continue to talk if you just sit here. So.